The elevator selfie everyone shared was not us. The selfie isn't even flattering. It's the kind of elevator mirror shot you take at the end of a long night when your face has already gone home. Two people, fuzzy in the gilt reflection, him tall in a navy suit, her in a silver dress leaning into him as if physics were an invitation. His phone held low, her mouth tilted up, a kiss blurred like mercy. The elevator panel shows a smug number 12. In the left corner, my firm's ID badge sits against the lapel like a confession. Lee held the phone between two fingers the way she holds subpoenas she already knows how to win. She runs a tenant's clinic that turns broken stairs into injunctions. I manage other people's fires and keep keys for doors that pretend to be puzzles. Between us, we do not fear pixels. Between us, the selfie had still arrived at 6:05 a.m. like a rumor that had learned calligraphy. "Say it," she said. "Honeysuckle," I said, and the room reattached itself to the morning we were planning to have. I hadn't taken an elevator selfie last night. I'd eaten cold noodles in our kitchen, let Lee sit on my lap and rewrite my sense of proportion with her mouth, and fallen asleep to her hair and the oscillating fan's 20th click failing as usual. The elevator in the photo belonged to the bellwether, of course it did, with its mirrored panels and ambitions. The woman in the image, if you accepted the blur's kindness, could have been anyone who wanted to be a mistake. The caption that had been forwarded through the building thread, and somehow, into a small blog's gossip sidebar did not accept kindness. Reformer exposed with hotel heiress. "Which heiress?" Lee asked, watching my face, not the screen. "The one Murmur needs today," I said. Murmur Labs sells shortcuts as strategy and invoices as inevitability. Tonight the commission would vote on Verdant's harbor deck overlay, 3 hotel floors renamed wellness micro-residences, which counts as housing if you own a yoga mat and a sponsored conscience. I was slated to testify about Crown's newest trick, access mesh for elevators, that confuses courtesy with consent. Lee had written the memo that taught the votes to hesitate. A scandal buys Verdant a month in Sable, Murmur's charismatic wolf, a salon at Sky Lobby with canapes, prompt cards, and a rumor waiting at coat check. My phone buzzed, with the kind of timing that should be regulated. "Unknown, for dignity consider sitting tonight out, enjoy a quiet evening." Sable Murmur. Lee plucked the selfie from her screen and zoomed into the panel. "There," she said, tapping the border of the floor indicator. A faint blue halo held in the bevel like a lie welded to steel. Crown. Jono lives above a bakery and treats forensic software like hymnals. By 6:23, the selfie sat on one screen and Crown's access mesh specs on the other, sky blue headers, verbs that believed they were saints. He dragged 3 frames into a tool he built while bored and proved once again that boredom has uses. "Composited," he said. "The badge is real, cropped from an old photo of you we wish didn't exist. The panel's number is overwritten. Access Mesh lets partners skin the display for brand cohesion." They pulled a test overlay that stamps 12 regardless of the cab's position. The couple is 2 stock silhouettes upscaled and sweetened. See the resize halo hugging your not cheek. And this lag, he tapped the reflection's edge. The lighting beat is wrong. The elevator fluorescents hum at 120 Hz. The blur hums at 100. Someone used last quarter's template on last night's gossip. Lee looked up, an old joy lighting her mouth, the joy of nouns that give up. "Who pushed it?" she asked. Jono toggled headers and sniffed. "Murmur CDN through Crown's preview feed," he said. "The Bellwether system publishes a low-res live stream for maintenance and remote lobby display. Access Mesh partners can request skinning for testing. Someone used the test overlay to paste a kiss onto a frame, then spiked the door log with a late night, so your building thread believing became the product. I still need to see the elevator, Lee said, and the log and Kira. Kira runs the floor above the city, Sky Lobby head of experiences, chief horticulturalist of rich people's manners, and the only person I know who can say apology without making it look like PR. She met us at 8 with a folder and the expression of a woman who had just broken up with a brand. I canceled tonight's salon at 7:12, she said. Verdant will live without canapes. Someone in my building used the Access Mesh Test overlay to make your morning interesting. I am going to find them a new career. She pushed the folder across the bar. Inside, software logs, the overlay skin with its idiot 12 hard-coded, a memo titled Romance Layer that should never have been written. Lee read with that soft violence that knits rooms back together. Partner triggered, she said. Always this phrase. Partners do not get to trigger anything in this city anymore, Kira said. Not if I get to keep liking myself. We rode the elevator because sometimes you have to stand inside the trick. The mirror was unforgiving in daylight. The reader still smelled like gel. We all stood there and let the cab decide whether it wanted to be a room or a lie. The button for 12 didn't glow when I pressed it. The cab chose 18 and reminded me that physics, at least, is incorruptible before noon. Maintenance overlay allows skinning, Jono said, tapping the console. Crown sells a package that lets brands align light and vibe. You can render floor numbers in a custom font. You can also, apparently, render reality in a custom font. It's a love letter to being sued, Lee said. Frame it for me, I said, with verbs. We still had 40 minutes before the chair would text bring that. There was something else we needed. Lee backed me into it with the unshowy authority of a person who knows which errands keep a day from taking too much. It wasn't obscene. It was policy. She climbed onto me in the hallway and put her mouth on the hinge below my collarbone and reminded my body which committee it serves. When she said say it, I did, because we invented this ritual for mornings exactly like this. Honeysuckle. By 9, the packet was on the chair's desk. Kira's log and cancellation. Crown's skin code with the hard-coded 12 circled like a bruise. Jono's analysis of the blur hum. The building thread's forwarded screenshot. And Sable's text suggesting I trade testimony for courtesy. The aide wrote back one word. Livid. The hearing room felt like a chest that had gotten better at breathing. Verdant's counsel said vibrant and wellness and micro-residences, as if syllables were zoning rights. Crown's manager sat as if the chair had asked him to solve a math problem that contained the word human. Sable leaned against the back rail like a woman trying a new choice on for size. Mr. Hale, the chair said. I held up the elevator selfie, fuzzy, smug, not us, and then Kira's overlay skin with its idiot 12. This morning my building thread believed a kiss in the bellwether, I said. Crown's Access Mesh lets partners skin elevator panels and publish preview feeds. Murmur Labs pasted 2 borrowed bodies onto a test overlay and pushed it to a lobby camera so it felt like a moment. We are not postponing. We are not trading a calendar for a Photoshop degree. Lee followed, clean as a scalpel. Clinic first, she said. Escrow with teeth. Cameras that go blind within a block of any door marked clinic. Band partner triggered anything, access mesh, romance mesh, doc flow from development agreements. And write this somewhere it can be memorized. No staged intimacy, physical, legal, financial, representational, may be used to influence public process. Kira stood in the well and did the brave version of her job. Sky Lobby cancels tonight's salon, she said. Bellwether regrets hosting conversations that confused vibe with vocabulary. Access mesh skinning is disabled. We will not curate anyone's dignity. Sable did not clap. She did not smirk. She watched the votes line up like a room remembering the difference between air and perfume. We vote, the chair said. The overlay failed. The ordinance we've been carving from mornings like this one finally stood without shame. Escrow lands before a single wellness floor gets a penny. Crown's partner-triggered modules, access mesh, romance mesh, dock flow, care sync, comfort mesh, are illegal in any development agreement touching housing or civic process. Cameras go blind near clinics, and a line I am tapping above our kettle as if it protects us while we boil water. No simulated intimacy or credential shall be used to influence public decisions. After in the alley where rooms go to cool their language, Sable leaned against brick with her hands empty in a way I am beginning to respect. You make my job ugly, she said. You make our mornings loud, Lee said. Bring escrow, bring verbs, leave our names off your test environments. Sable half smiled. Tell the chair her noun discipline is lethal, she said. Tell Crown their survival instinct is improving. Tell Kira she will be happier when she's broke. You could stop, I said. I could, she said. Then who would keep you too honest? We walked home with our hands in each other's back pockets because rumor loves a parade and we prefer to choreograph ours. The thread had pivoted to pictures of dogs and 2 casserole sign-ups for Mrs. Alvarez's grandson, who broke his arm falling off something civic. Kira texted a photo of the elevator panel with the factory font restored. The bartender sent a selfie of himself pouring water. Small mercies. We taped the selfie to the inside of the cupboard with the other ugly receipts, QR menus with tracking pixels, lipstick bands that weren't ours, prenatal reminders generated by sandboxes, folios for rooms under plastic, leases that tried to move us into ductwork, itineraries made of cash, brass tags from roses sent by partnerships. Not trophies. A map of where we didn't go. Later, in the blue slice the city can't monetize, Lee lay across me and put her ear where my chest tells the truth without legalese. Do you forgive me for the blink, she said, before the word did its trick. I forgive us both, I said. The point of a good lie is to find out who still blushes. You blush, she said. Only when you cross-examine me like that, I said. There will be other overlays, she said. There will be, I said. Bring your knot, bring your mouth, bring the word, we'll keep pressing the right buttons.